Hello, everyone, and welcome to Wake Cat Sports. It's our weekly Red Wings breakdown. Not the best week for the Red Wings. After they did start hot this week, demolishing the Capitals 8-3, they ended up losing two games.
Yeah, I mean, but they didn't play bad in any of the games. Even the 4-0 Florida. That's you know they played well. They just didn't put the puck in the net. They stood up to Florida physically. I didn't think that we got pushed around at all. They got a taste of what playoff hockey is going to be like against a possible first round opponent, but they're still not in, and there's still a lot of games to play. So that's not for sure. But that's if they do make the playoffs, um, that's a real possibility. We'll be playing Florida.
There is.
It's a very good team.
They did outplay you for the most part. You only had 21 shots on goal
I'm just
to
saying
their
from an
first seven,
eyeball
but
test.
they
I
did
didn't.
play. They were aggressive. They actually were fighting. They were playing
Yeah,
aggressive, which is
I
what you
mean,
kind of want to see
I
out of
expect
them.
Florida to outshoot us. I just wanted. Saw it encouraging. Patrick Kane, who's been automatic. Missed a couple goals, breakaways. Um, it just that happens. And you're playing it probably against, if not the best team in the NHL right now. Certainly top three teams in the NHL right now. They are they're just great all the way from goalie all the way up. So I mean it's a good test for you, and you I think for the most part, other than like I said, you didn't put the puck in the net.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like you got thrashed. It didn't feel like you got your ass kicked.
No.
And the Islanders, that was just they're another team, kind of like you, stingy. And they're in your position, they're trying to catch you, so that hurt. But I didn't think the Wings played a bad game. I just think, they ended up on the short end of the stick.
Yeah. We're looking into bait. We kind of look into the next month too, since it's kind of starting a month. But looking in the first off with the week ahead of us, it's not going to be the easiest week, but it's also not going to be difficult for you to get points. You start the week out in Colorado. You're going to be playing the Avalanche on Wednesday, and then you're going to go to Arizona on Friday, and then you're going to go to Las Vegas on Saturday. So you got a West Coast trip this week.
Yeah, really, the Avalanche and Las Vegas are our two. Probably after that, I don't think our schedule's that hard at all the rest of the way. Uh, if we could get if we can get a point or two out of those two games, I think the Avalanche, though, it's all pretty much. I'll be surprised if we win that game or if we get a point out of that game. Um, Considering we beat them last time, I'm sure they're going to be up for it, and they're home.
And we're on national television,
And we're on
TNT,
national television,
TNT. But
so that's going to be a tough game. Remember, you got uh, Arizona. We should win that game. Vegas Golden Knights, defending National Stanley Cup champions. Man, how are they doing this year?
they're doing well. They're about as good as us right now, though. So Avalanche, they have a 24% power play percentage and 80% penalty kill, about even with us, kind of with all that stuff. And they are averaging 3.6 goals a game, well, 3.1 against. So they're doing pretty well. Like I said, that's not going to be the easiest matchup. We beat them once, luckily, in overtime, but if points are what's going to matter, if you get to OT with some of these games,
Yeah,
especially the West Coast games, then
for
we,
sure.
we we are going to be happy. Arizona, they're kind of struggling at their 24-31-5, but they're better than people thought they were going to be this year.
Yeah, we
Um,
need that game. We need to win that game. We also, hopefully, like I said, will get a point out of the Vegas game.
yeah, the Coyotes are averaging 2.8 goals a game, 3.3 against, 22% power play, and the 77% penalty kill. Again, kind of around where we're at. And then the Knights, who are kind of as good as us right now, 33-21-7, basically identical records. They are averaging 3.1 goals a game, 2.9 against, and then a 19% power play and 80% penalty kill. So it's going to be about even throughout the week of who you're playing. Some teams have been playing better than others, and if you can get through the week with 3 points, I'd be happy.
Yeah, I mean, we've been saying that. Just keep going. They got about what 15 games left.
So No, they only got 15. So month of March, we got 13 games in March, 8 in April.
So 21 games left.
21 games left.
So you figure out of that, you'd like to see them win at least 13 or 14.
If they could, this month is going to be easier because after this West Coast trip, you're going to face the Sabres in Buffalo, come home to face the Coyotes, the Sabres, then you go to Pittsburgh, and then you come home for the Blue Jackets, Islanders, Predators, Capitals, Hurricanes, and Panthers. Really, the whole entire mid month, you're facing teams that you have a better record than, besides a couple of teams here and there, if not basically an even record. So there's all winnable games this month compared to the past 2 months where teams have mostly been better than you.
And this is where Patrick Kane, his experience comes in because they're going to have to lean on him because he's been there. He's been there. He's won 3 Stanley Cups. He knows what this is all about. You got to show up. That last month is playoff month. I mean, this is like playoff kind of games. These people are all fighting to get in. So it's going to be fun. I mean, that Florida game was fun to watch, other than the goals. That felt like a playoff game. These people were going at it, and we
Fighting.
didn't back down at all.
They kept on fighting. Even the top line, even Kane, the Larkin, Kane, DeBrinket line was trying to fight people.
DeBrinket
Yeah.
took on 2 guys at once at
So,
one time.
I
I was
mean,
like, I like DeBrinket. I kind of worried about him for a little bit there, but man, that guy has a lot of fight in him. He loves playing with Patrick Kane. You could tell that. I mean, that ain't gonna last. I don't. I hopefully will re-sign him. But Kane's 35 years old. Ain't gonna go on forever. I'd like to see them sign him for a couple of years. I think that would be good.
I know the rumors are Kane and Perron are both in talks of extensions. We're looking at trading some defensemen as the trade deadline comes up this week on Friday. I believe it's Friday, if not Saturday this week, is the trade deadline. So, I mean, trades
It
could happen
is well.
this week.
Yeah, because it's Friday. Friday's the trade deadline.
So we'll end up seeing
My
what.
birthday's Wednesday. That's the only reason I know.
So we'll see what ends up, happening this week at the trade deadline. I honestly don't expect too much to happen trade deadline wise, and we can get into the trade deadline talk
I would like to
later
see
this week. But
one impactful player, whether it's simply just a guy who can rough people up, get somebody who's tough for the playoffs and can add a little punch. If that's all they do, that's fine with me. I do think they could improve the defense if they sign a couple guys. But yeah, I'm with you in the sense that I'm really worried about disturbing that chemistry. They've been playing very well together. They finally have figured out how to use people. 4 deep that team goes, and it's is Gotis Bear scored his 10th yet? Is he
no,
like
he's only at 9.
so he's with him? If he gets a goal, he'll be like the 14th player.
Mata's heading in that way too. So after his 2-goal game this week,
How many goals he got?
he's at like, I want to say he's like at 5 or 6.
Right, I don't know if he can
So,
get 4. It's tough for the defenseman getting those.
but I mean, he's on his way too. But looking at standings wise to end the week, you're still holding that first wild card spot, though you're tied at 72. Toronto was able to get a little bit of a lead on you for the third place spot. At one point this week, we were 2 points out, and now they're at 78.
I would
So
not be
now
too.
you are 6 points out with only 3 games.
I wouldn't be too excited about that third spot. I just want to make. I think we'd be in a better position with the 7th seed or 8th
You rather go play Florida or New York than having to play Boston
Yeah, Toronto is going to
at
have
the
to play
moment.
either Florida or Boston. I think if they end up with that
But
third
you
seed.
you have a good opportunity to have to play the other.
It's true.
So you're not in a good situation either way.
It don't matter. The good situation is making the playoffs, no matter who you play. I'm not worried about it. I just want to get in there,
But
and that would be a success.
the reason why we wanted to beat the Islanders though this week is because they are the team that's just outside the wild card at 66 points, but you do have 3 games up on them basically. Not to worry about anything, but you want to make sure you are keeping up and getting the points because you don't want a team like the Islanders or the Capitals who you beat this week and you need to beat this week to catch up. And then New Jersey's still fighting and Pittsburgh's still fighting. And then
All right,
Buffalo's back there. But
right. This is going to be tough. And it'll be a fun month of hockey because this is where these guys are coming and giving everything they got. For the stretch run for the playoffs. So it's
yeah,
going to be like playoff games.
which will be fun to watch. But With all that being said, if you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, share the video around. Until next time, hope to see everybody soon.